So, as I was saying, kind of gonna fill out these as gonna add the monsters who are in here, add the creatures in here, fill out just the furniture and stuff and the rest of this, and then get to the basement. And I also need to stock it with treasure, which I will probably do off stream, because I'll probably do partially off stream. I don't want it to be the case where, like, at least a couple of people have expressed interest in watching this later to kind of see how I'm handling some stuff, and I don't want it to be a case where they're like, oh, well, we missed this +1 spear that was in some offshoot room that we didn't find, and that feels real bad. I don't want to, and I don't want them to I don't want them to see too many of the cases of Schrodinger's MacGuffins where, like, I initially put the key to something in one room that they need to find, and they don't find that room, so I put it somewhere else, or, like, I put it on an enemy. I don't want to spoil too much of that magic, you know? Kind of the more those methods are hidden, the better, I think. So, let's see. I'm just going to pull up the PDF for Against the Cult of the Reptile God. I can remember where I put any of this. And then we will kind of go through, we'll see what it recommends for stocking these dungeons, like what encounters it puts in place. There's a slime as well. Sorry, still on the list of just, like, diverse monsters that are being used. Wow, I thought I was way more organized than this. Okay, there we go. Troubles of Men. Adventure Paths, there we go. Against the Cult of the Reptile God. And I kind of think I want this head priest to escape. So I think instead of, like, running to their room and then going into the trapdoor, I think they're just gonna leave, man. I think they're just gonna fucking peace out and just go to the end dungeon. And that will give me a hook. If the players have trouble finding the other hints that lead to the mega dungeon, I'll just be like, yeah, well, you know, some non-corrupted townsman saw Misha just leaving to the east, and they'll know to follow her. So let's see. And I'll pull this up so we can see what I'm looking at. Dungeon level 1. So this stuff is, that's to the end dungeon. So I need, what, out of curiosity, what page number am I on? 18? What edition is this for, even? It might, it's just for AD&D 1. This is a really old adventure. It's written really well. I've loved running it. My players have liked it a lot. Even the one who hasn't liked all the roleplay heavy stuff and has been, like, back and forth on whether they like the game or not, they've still liked kind of the lore points of this this adventure and kind of the drama points. So yeah, so far this has been a pretty big success, and I will probably run more adventure modules in the future, just as, like, plopping them in. Maybe something else. My next one will probably be less intrigue based. Just to, one, to spice things up, and two, it allows me to change things up a little better. It's a lot of work to convert, like, a mystery like this to kind of fit in the world and to insert hooks. That makes sense. Yeah, okay, Temple of America. So this is what we're looking for. Temple of America. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for adding to my viewer count. Crow. Yeah. Mike, I don't want to out who I'm talking about, but we can probably talk about it later. It might not even be hard to guess, but yeah. And yeah, it's probably obvious now since you asked that question, but yes, this is all, not all pre-made, but it's like 90% pre-made. What I used a wonderful piece of software called Dungeon Fog to draw out these dungeons that were in this PDF. Like, I just take these and basically drew them out here. Although, at first, I drew them wrong, because as you will... some of them are okay. Some of them are scale 1 square equals 5 feet, so that's great. Some of them are explicitly not. If you get down... Oh, it's probably up... Yeah, it's up there somewhere. Well, one of the dungeons is 1 square is 10 feet, and so I just drew it just completely wrong. Just completely wrong the first time. And I had to do some surgery to, like, fix it. Yeah, this one, actually. The church is 1 square per 10 feet, and I just drew it as 1 square per 5 feet. So, some of these rooms... This room is, like, 10 by 10. Head priest lives in a 10 by 15 room, which actually isn't terrible, maybe. I think most of my rooms have been smaller than 10 by 15, so a 20 by 30 room might actually be quite large. For, yeah, that's a pretty big room. That's a big room. Okay. So yeah, what do we got? I already put the numbers on here to make it easier to read the key, so we've got that going for us. We are primarily concerned with the upstairs. We'll see. So 11... Oh, Guardroom of the Undead. So, I have discovered there are more undead in this campaign than just the ghouls. What a wonderful discovery I've made. So that just adds to the minions again. Like, the undead feel weird. I'm probably going to keep it to ghouls, just to consolidate and make it make as many hooks as possible. So, yeah, these undead will remain motionless until a living creature enters the room. If that creature makes the secret sign of the cult as it comes through the door, which I've hinted at, and I don't think any of the players have caught on to. Every cultist they've met has done something. They, like, do something with their left hand, putting their palm to their head, which is a pretty noticeable gesture, I would think, but hasn't been picked up. Like, they all kind of put their hand there, they pause, and they'll, like, brush their hand through their hair, or they'll slap their hand, you know, face palm. And I've tried to put a pin, like, put a fine point on it every time. Be like, yeah, they bring up their left hand, they, like, put it against their forehead, and then they like, brush it through their hair. And so far, no one's even mentioned it. No one's said anything about it. So I don't know if they're just, like, keeping it to themselves until they do something with it. But yeah, so far it's been ignored as far as I'm aware. Maybe if we were playing with webcams, it would be better, right? Like, I would, you know, if I was saying this and then I was acting it out, like, it would be obvious how obvious it was and how conspicuous. But yeah. Or they might just be like, wow, Dylan, like, he's just works with his hands a lot. Like, what is the deal? Why does he emote so much? It's weird. So how many are there? 5 each. Do you 1 through... Yeah, it doesn't... It just says these... Oh, 8 skeletons. 8 skeletons. Yikes. So I'm probably going to make those very weak. They have like 5 HP in the adventure. So at level 1, most things have had... They have a lot of HP in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Like 18 at level 1. That's how much most characters have. Like 16 to 20. An average of 18. And a lot of creatures are about the same. Some of the level 1 challenge, like the more challenging monsters, have had like 25. Which is kind of the same as like a level 2 character. In most cases. So, yeah. Giving these even that much would make them... One, it would make this take a whole lot of time. I kind of just want him to, like, knock these down. And maybe I'll just... It would be really weird. This isn't really an undead-themed adventure, so just having skeletons around, I want undeath to be a big deal. I might literally just make it 3 ghouls. Like, I might just go over here. Oh, not over here. Let's just go to the Golden Grain Cellar. Pick these up. Yep. And ghouls. Yep. So there's just going to be ghouls in here, just chilling out. They will be slightly more intelligent ghoul. Well, ghouls are all actually pretty intelligent for undead. They have like 7 int or something like that. Something along those lines. So like enough. None of them, I don't think they speak English really, but or common or what have you. But they're not dumb. Int +1. Yeah, they have 12 int. They have 12 or 13 int. So they're very clever for creatures. I think some of them can speak common. Whatever. We're getting off track. I will name these this time. For myself. Oops. How do I... Yeah, that's how you clear these. Get rid of these statuses. Okay, so we're just gonna put ghouls in here to keep it consistent. It was something that one of the players found very interesting when they found ghouls. They're like, these, you know, ghouls can attack other living creatures, well, attack living creatures and turn them into other ghouls, like just on their own volition. So it is a threat that they have already found interesting. And yeah, I'm just going to keep the thread going. Skeletons feel random to me. So, yep. That's, and this yeah. I wouldn't normally directly reuse an encounter like this, but they basically killed all of these through the bars of this gate. So, I don't feel that bad, since they completely circumvented it before. Maybe I'll adjust the number. Maybe I'll make it 2 or 4. I'll probably make it 2, because I don't want this to be particularly threatening, and 3 ghouls could get scary. And if I feel mean tomorrow, I'll just copy and paste one. So, yeah. These ghouls will sit here. When the players enter, they will probably not make the sign of the cult, but if they do, then the ghouls will, like, stand down. And if they wait and do not, then they'll attack. So... Oh, hey! 12 at the library! So maybe they will get their wish after all. This room contains many shelves of books and 2 small tables. Most of the volumes deal with mundane aspects of agriculture or religion. The most ornate book in the room is is on one of the tables, entitled "The Most Worshipful Guide to Benign America." All right. The huge and richly embossed volume will not fit on any of the shelves. It contains many colorful paintings and was formerly very valuable, but all of the illustrations have been crudely defaced. Some of the pages have rusty brown spots on them. Okay. That's neat. That's neat. Okay. I like that. So let's just find some shelves. Yeah, there's some that are already stocked with books, so that's nice. It's a little hard to see. We'll do this one, though. We'll probably use both of these. And this one. And we'll put both of these on the map layer. We just need a table and a book. Study desk. Defense already has a book. Wonderful. I will probably go with that one. Desk, yeah. All right, neat. That got a little squished. Let's do this. Pop it in the corner. We will put a chair in front of it. And that'll be good. Okay. That's nice. They'll be able to just, I don't know. I'm probably just going to roll a random check of some kind to see if it has the books that or any information of what they were looking for. I don't even remember what it was. Something about, they're asking about, they've hooked on two things as very key to what's going on in the adventure. One is the moon, and one is the water. And I don't know why they've hooked onto the moon. I mentioned it once. Well, I do know why. So one of the characters is turning into a werewolf. They got bit by a were-rat in the second session. Yep, second session. They failed their fortitude save, and so they will be turning into a were-creature of some kind. This is a goblin who is like looking for a way to kind of like bolster goblins' lifespans. So it's pretty like convenient narratively that he's the one that got bit and failed his save. So that'll be maybe, I think that'll be cool to work through. And that will be coming up. So yeah, I mentioned that like he was very fixated by the moon once. And so they've gone ahead and just, yep. They are convinced that the moon is relevant. So, whoops. And yeah, the water thing, they've already tested the water, but they're like, that NPC, he said there must be something in the water, and he seemed to know something. It was a random knight that was going through town looking for work, and kind of a dick, but he is the key to the whole adventure. So, they're looking for information on the moon and the water supply. Small meeting room. I don't think there's much here. Table, 2 comfortable chairs. Yeah, sure. As soon as the party enters 13 or 14, the goblins in room 15 will spy upon them through slits in the secret doors. All of the secret doors are one way only from 15 into 13 or 14. Yeah. Wait, how are they one way only? I don't know if I'm going to bother with that. Yeah, this is the one. 9 goblins. 9 goblins. That's a lot of goblins. Yeah, it's fine if they're locked from the inside, but like, or like if they latch and only have a unlatcher on the inside, like that's fine. Maybe I'm just reading into it too much. That'll be the case. There's like it's just a bar that holds it shut on the inside, and yeah, you have to open it from the inside if that bar is in place. Nine goblins is a lot. 9 is a lot of creatures in general. I don't think I'm going to do 9 lizard folk. I might do 6 because there's 5 players, but 9 is just too much, man. That's too much. There's too many turns that aren't player turns. Yeah, 1 health each. Yeah. I like minions, which are just, that's whatever. It's the 4E term for creatures that have 1 health but all the same stats. So I might do something like that here. I definitely do something like that later in the adventure. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe these are just the trash being thrown in the way by the priest. I'll probably describe them as, I don't know, scrawny-ish? Not particularly muscular. Maybe just lean. I'll just say they're lean lizard folk, and then they're like, well, what does that mean? And then they'll get to like the last room where there's like more rego lizard folk, and I'll describe them as like, I don't know, buff. So 9 is a lot. I'm gonna do 6, and I'm gonna make them minions. I want to keep it moving. I don't want them to spend 3 hours in here. Yeah, summit. these are some beefy lizard folk. I don't know if you can see this very well on the stream, but yeah, like that guy's got some muscles, whereas like, I don't know, these guys are kind of stringy. I need to replace these. That's what I need to do. Like, these guys are using these models, and they need to be using the beefcakes. So yeah. We will make a bunch of them the spear dudes. They're kind of small. I kind of wish I could make them fill out the square a little better. But I guess it's fine. We'll be zoomed in up here anyway. So let's see. It's about 4 of the spear dudes. These aren't mechanically going to be any different, but I'm going to put 2 axe ones in here for the sake of... Can you get out of the way, health bars? All right. For the sake of variety, axemen. Yeah. All the secret doors are one way from 15 into 13 or 14. When the entire party enters room 14, they will attack. Oh yeah, they're statted to be really weak, even in... Yeah. Like, a lot of the townsfolk and stuff, they had like 12, 15 health, which I've buffed up to like 23, 25 health in Pathfinder 2 numbers. So, like, these guys are just paper and intended to be that way. So... This works out, this smaller number, because I am working with the smaller scale. These hallways are supposed to be like 10 feet wide instead of 5, so fitting 9 of anything, like, this is going to be tight as it is, so, yeah. I will probably stat these to still do a reasonable amount of damage. Torture chamber. Yikes. It was formerly a storage room for the ample supplies of grain and vegetables that the faithful provided for their cleric's disposal has now been outrageously defiled. It is here that Derek Desley does much of his dirty work. I don't remember who he is, but Misha and Abramo also use the devices as a means of coaxing information from reluctant citizens before they've been converted. Okay. So yeah, there's going to be some barrels and crates in here. I'm just looking for a particular one to be kind of internally consistent with stuff I've used elsewhere. So let's move over. Oops. Don't know where the barrels went, actually, but that's fine. Ah, that's the one. So still some of the storage room stuff. Just put in torture and hope that random results aren't terrifying. Okay. I don't think we can do anything too crazy. I don't think they'd have complex machinery, right? They're just gonna have like a table with crap on it. Like nails and stuff, yeah. Like, they aren't suddenly engineers because they're cultists. Maybe I'll, put this music back on while we're doing this. Alright. Music, I should, like, do a Nightbox thing, but, yeah, this is just the album I'm playing if anyone wants to check it out. It's actually pretty good. From an artist named Jade Wee on YouTube. Okay. I'm sure everyone wants their royalty-free music to be associated with torture devices, right? Yeah? 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 What a nice cage. This might be good enough. Yeah, I don't have a macro set up for anything like that yet. For like a playlist or what's playing yet. Something I need to play with more if I do this more regularly, but. And let me know if the bounce is off. It looks kind of about where I want it. Music seems... And Mike, I might have you help me out with some commands if you don't hate it. Anyway, slightly low on the music? Okay, yeah. Let's do right about... There's like a jump there. Okay. I think that'll be good. That seems it seems like it's hitting about 3/4 of where I'm talking maximum, so I think that's appropriate. What was I doing? Ah, yes, torture. Let's see if I just have again. Please, random results don't. All right. This'll do. I think that actually works. Just like putting it over the bench. And I'll, Yeah, actually, no, I think that's fine. I think I'm just gonna leave that. Good enough. Maybe we'll do the bloody footprints. Just like going between the rack. And we'll do the good old copy, paste, turn it around. Ah, yes, my family-friendly GM prep. Should I find some severed fingers maybe to put on here? No, I think that's where we're gonna leave the torture aesthetic. Right about there. Right about there. 15 is the Goblin's quarters. Yeah. 9 straw mats. I already have the beds in there. I'm not gonna fuck with it. We're captured by the cults. No, it's fine. We're ignoring that lore. There, they were charmed. Yeah. See room 13. Sure. I already know. Yep. 16, antechamber. I think that's like the only encounter up here. Well, other than the ghouls that we've added. The door to this area is unlocked, sure. When it is opened, several small bells attached to it will chime softly. Alright. They're scratched, stained, and covered. Yeah, okay. I'll just need to... Okay. So that's mostly like description stuff. Mike, should I use like I have Moobot set up. I also have an account with Nightbot. Do you have what do you think between the two of those? I feel like Moobot's kind of out of fashion. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of... Night being more updated, that's kind of what I thought. I don't think they're any good just, like, scratches images. I think I've done this before. I don't own them. What does this pack look like? How hard do I want to try to dox myself today? This has useful stuff, but it's a lot of useful stuff that I already have. Yeah, like I already have broken crates. Right now, Daedalus, welcome and thank you for stopping by the way. I'm converting this adventure called Against the Cult of the Reptile Gods for a Pathfinder 2nd edition game I'm running. And since I'm obsessive and nerdy, I just really like making dungeons. So I converted all of the like hand-drawn dungeons in here into like actual maps on Roll20. So that is the current objective. I'm just filling out this, this is the top of a church in the town called Orlane, taken over by the Cult of the Reptile God. So yeah, I'm just kind of going over the room descriptions, finding the loot, finding the encounters. Yeah, it's a really good adventure, and I've been worried about like saying the name out loud around my players because like everyone knows it exists, even if they haven't played it. And it converts really well. Like AD&D is simple enough that up-converting it to other systems seems really easy. As long as you kind of know how the HP balance works between the two games, it's not too bad. So yeah, I was looking for claw marks. That's what I was doing. I was just scouting out how much I want to spend money on this adventure. Shields, yeah. Yeah, Pathfinder 2nd edition being good, it's a very like logical system and stuff is pretty straightforward, so converting things to it is also easy. So it's been pretty great. The hardest thing is treasure, because like this is an adventure for level 1 characters, and you'll just go to the innkeep's room, and it's like, this guy has 5,000 gold in his chest. Like, Jesus! Settle down! that's just gonna be 50. Because the DM's guide suggests not having that kind of level of gold until, like, level 10. So, yeah. So treasure is the hardest thing, I would say. Oh, a Bramo is actually in here. Interesting. Okay, sure. Yeah, this can be like a little mini-boss. This is very fighty. The adventure is more fighty than I expected if they like start doing these dungeon things. They're all optional, but my players are going to do every single one. So, it's a lot of fighting. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get those scratch marks. It's fine. let's look at some more first. Go. Oh, ooh. These could be useful. This is something I'd probably use more. Yeah, boulders. All right, all right. Blood splattered boulders. That's what I'm talking about. Should go in the torture room. What the f- Okay, that's fine. These are some elaborate torture boulders. I need to put a content warning on my stream. Forest floor, forest floor. These are all like shading. This is a lot. This is an unexpected amount. Yeah, this is the kind of random crap that I need. I like this. Good. Crappy trees, good. Alright. Where this? Oh, yeah. These scratches are... So the rest of this is great, These scratches are a little unambiguous for what I need immediately. Just, you know, go, die, welcome. Welcome. Sorry. I don't know why. I think that is particularly hilarious for this pack. Witch orbs, those are cool. Oh, and it comes with maps. This is a lot. Okay. Dang. So, like, I want this, but these marks are not what I need. Maybe I'll just, like, yeah, I'll just, like, morph the arrows. I'll, like, bend them and layer them up or something. Alright, time to dox myself. Yikes. Like, actually, yes, though. Alright, one moment. More? I was hoping this would all pop in a window that like I could move to another window, another monitor, but nope, just right in the same window. Processing. This is taking forever. Let's just look ahead. Let's continue. Let's read about this guy's room. It's true. People do pay a lot for that credit card content. Just, you know, not a lot, but less than the amount on the card, ideally, which in my case is not a lot. So, this is the antechamber to the quarters of Abramo. Abramo? Originally a cleric of the gentle Murica, which is Denala in my adventure. His charming by the Naga and resultant alignment change has seriously unbalanced his mind. He has scrawled meaningless gibberish on the wall, like, welcome. Good? Good. They can be unambiguous. I didn't realize they were his scratch marks. Yeah. On the walls of this room with soot and colored pigments. Abramo will always be around the double corner at the position B, watching the party. He will flee if the party appears too strong, but he will otherwise attack as suggested later. Okay. The party might appear too strong, and I might have him fight... I don't know, we'll see. He might run, just to speed it along, because, like, I don't know, even, like, a level 2 cleric in Pathfinder 2nd edition isn't going to, like, hold off a party very long. So he might, like, take one hit and just get out. He always wears chainmail +2, even in bed, and his shield and mace will be handy. His spells are... Curse, that'll work, that exists. Command exists. Cure Light Wounds kind of exists. Detect Good, sure. Cause Fear, sure. Second level, Speak with Animals. Great. Good. That's useful in a fight. Spiritual Hammer, Snake Charm, Detect Charm, Silence. Sure. Those all more or less work. Like, just as written. Third level, Animate Dead, sure. Cause Blindness, Prayer. And fourth level, Undetectable Lie. Also useful for a combat encounter. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if those... I'll probably keep that mostly as is. Undetectable Lie. I don't want to throw more misinformation at the party right now. So... And Mike, on a related note... This purchase still hasn't gone through, by the way, so that's a yikes. That's a yikes. Mike, you joke about 2 sessions to get through that dungeon. You are probably right. The last dungeon is going to be like 3 sessions, and like, I thought this whole thing was going to be literally like 2 sessions, maybe 3 max. I prepped the first day, and I was like, this won't get me very far at all. And then that lasted me 2 sessions so far. And they haven't even done all of it. So, you know. Yeah, no. It's just how it is. Don't worry, though. Someday, the reverse will happen, where I spend 5 days prepping stuff and I get through it in an hour. So. say give it a take. Bring up the scratches again. Sorry that this is all like... No, that makes sense. I did the parameters wrong. Dude, whatever, never mind. Funnier in my head, I'm sure. Oh, hey, it bought them? Questionable. Anyway. We're good, we're good, we're good. Got the scratches. Okay, so. Abram says... Abram? Why did I just... What is his name? Abramo. Welcome. Right there, right in the door. Welcome. Good. Should we tilt it? Yeah. He's off balance. Oh, welcome home. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I like this, actually. I like this. Hold on. He wrote himself a nice little welcome home message. And then he, you know, just crossed it on out. Yep. I dig that. And then I still, yeah, I kind of, Oh, mine. That's good. That's good, too. Some of these are good. Sorry, I underestimated the welcome. I don't know what this is going to be on yet, but we're definitely using it. And then, yeah, I don't know. We'll just layer some of these on up and see what happens. Might be bad. Oh, we'll just, yeah, let's just layer some directions. Another X. Is that too, like, hold on. I don't know how much time I'm gonna try to, like, give the general idea. What happens if I tint this red? Absolutely nothing, because it's... Oh, it does! Yeah! Alright, neat. Good. Yep, got it. Nice little red. We're gonna make the... Alright, let's just plop these back onto the map layer. Give me the X. We'll tint that one red, too. Oh, I accidentally made home red. Whoops! No undo. What is no tint? Look, whatever. I forget. Alright, we're just gonna move home out of the way for a minute. Oh wait, hold on. I need to two-front this. There we go. So, after having played enough sessions and campaigns where basically there are grids with innumerable nondescript icons, this is a beautifully well designed. Thank you. I agree. Alright, so building dungeons like this, it takes so much more time, obviously, than just having a map and reading things off. But, like, this is so much fun. You know? I just really, like, there are probably people who hate doing this kind of thing, but I love it. I will spend hours doing this. Yeah. Like, building and exploring dungeons and mega dungeons on Roll20 is, like, one of my favorite things about D&D. What am I doing? Let's go back to the... Yeah, we're on the object layer. Okay, good. I like to kind of plop stuff down on the object layer and not on the map layer because it's really easy to accidentally just drag the map 10 feet and then everything's off and then you have to, like, line it up again, and the undo button sucks in Roll20. Control Z is not a reliable friend here. He will abandon you. I'm just gonna go ahead and plop a go right on here. Let's see. Which I can appreciate the dungeon building aspect of it. I can also sort of allow the other side of what you are of where you, wow. I can read, I promise. It is a significant portion of what I do for my job. So I swear I have this skill. I can also sort of allow the other side of that where you want the player to sort of explore, and if you focus more on the storytelling, but this helps, yeah. Do not. You are welcome to put whatever you want in the chat. I'm happy to have stuff to respond and converse with. Yeah, like, I'm never gonna say that DMs should do this, right? Like, this is not a requirement. I just like doing it, and someone who is better at just full theater of the mind and thinks that this stuff gets in the way, that's totally valid. Like, it's entirely possible that there's a DM where, like, this kind of stuff just won't add anything to the game. Although, like, just having pre-made maps, like, I've just kind of bought shit like this. Like, this is from one of the D&D adventures, and just having, like, a pre-doodadded map is pretty sick, you know? It makes it really easy to just add a lot of value with very little effort, and I'm very into it. Can't use this one, because one of my players, we did a microscope session, and one of the players was like, no dragons, I don't want to see dragons in this world, and I'm like, ah, fuck. So, can't use that dragon dungeon. Back to the scratches, though. I think these tables need to be more messy, too. Let's get another one of these X's in here, you know? Hey, Frostnorn. Yeah, this is Roll20. It's great. I love this system and the service a lot. I obviously make heavy use of it. So we're just gonna... We need one of these tables to be just messy, you know? If I type clutter, will you bring up what I need? Desk clutter. What a good, you know? Way to be, Roll20. I don't think he needs a crystal ball, though. Skull seems on brand. Yeah, Mike, you want to be... That would actually... If you want to play an NPC sometime, I think that would be really cool and fun. If you're just like, man, this Wednesday I want to play D&D, but I want to be like, you know... I want to be in the way of the players, specifically. That's what I want to do. I will be happy to slot you in as a special guest. NPC chicken? So that sounds overpowered, though. So... Have you... Excuse you is right. Have you played Zelda? Ephemeral Ghost Chickens? Yeah, true. True. Yeah, spit some truth. Let's see. Monster Cat is royalty-free, right? This might be a harsh vibe in comparison to what we've been listening to, though. Do they... Let's see. If I can just bring up... If they have, like, a cool chilled-out playlist, that would be great. Is what I'm trying to ramble towards. Drum step? Nah. Glacier? Let's have a feel of... Oh, man. These are just all going to be so high tempo. You're selling me on this chicken idea. This chicken NPC. Monster cat workout mix. It's not what I'm looking for, really. It's not it. They're broken into seasons. House, dubstep, hard dance, trap, electro. Give me just... Yeah, let's see what this trance sounds like. It's fine. We'll move on for now. If I get annoyed with it in 5 minutes, I'll just change it. Can the chicken be known, though? Like, yeah, exactly. I mean, DC 24 isn't that insane in Pathfinder. I'll probably make it like a 26 or something. But, yeah. Whoa! Alright, let's relax, map. Papers. Books. Okay. Desk clutter, yeah, that's... Book pile! Got him. We're hiding the skull, but I think that's okay. We'll do another one of these. Let's see. Oh! I have an idea. I mean, this is... I don't know. This is not a mind-blowing idea. I'm just gonna go back to scratches. Good lord. Just turn yourself down just a little bit there, bud. If I turn it down, it counteracts the fact that it's upbeat, right? Okay, scratches. We're looking for die. Yes, exactly. Of course we're looking for die. Let's just tint it up. Zoom out so I can spin it, because, you know. There we go. And then we'll just plop some books on there. To the front. Can I still see the... Yeah. What the... Oh, did I just two-front the die? Two-front, please. There we go. There we go. Neat. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Wes, if you wanted to show up as an NPC, I would not be opposed to that either. This would all be great. I think that would be fun. I love that kind of stuff. Just like that, yeah. Having guests playing like potentially overpowered lore characters or whatever. Or like, can't really do that with this campaign, but like characters that they've previously played in the same world or whatever. It's not something I've ever actually acted upon, but it's something I've thought about. I don't think I'm gonna go more ham on the scratches. I think this is fine. This gets the idea across. I will hand wave the rest as like there, you know, there's like, you know, just other scratches and markings. Maybe I'll throw in a couple more homes, you know? But, oh wait, why did this not... Alright, copy. I just accidentally pasted home somewhere. There we go. It's like, home went somewhere where I didn't want it to go. Where is... Flip horizontal, yes. What? No, yeah, that is correct. Yep. Good horizontal flip. Make it rad. Not the books! Yeah, there we go. Shooped it back. Good. Good, good, good. It's so... I wish... Alright, it's fine. It's okay. Can I just paste this a few times and like. Yeah, neato. That almost looks like not home pasted 3 times. So that's fine. All right, let's just take this all and plop it to the map layer. All right, very well, very good. We will leave that discussion in the chat. All right. Let's look at room 18, shall we? Secret altar room. All right. So what we're gonna do, these lizard dudes have beds, and the actual guy who lives here is just gonna have hay. To the map layer. All right. Goblin Rambo would be a great NPC, I agree. Alright. Secret altar room. This large room is dirty and unkempt, with shards of rock lying around 4 crude granite statues. 4 crude granite statues. Standing about the room in haphazard locations. In the southeast corner is a polished jade figure of a snake, with a female human head that is set apart from the other statues by its obviously superior crafting material. And near it, a small cage with iron bars holds the listless figure of a beautiful young woman clothed in tattered rags. In addition, 2 brass-bound chests sit next to the east wall. Who the... what? It's really no... okay. I clearly skimmed over this part on my first read-through, because I had no idea this girl existed. This might be where the boy is. This might be where Mystery Boy tag-along character is. Yeah. So this chamber provides final proof of Abramo's corruption, other than him attacking the others on site in the other room, which was clearly not, you know, sign enough. Good night, Wes. Thanks for stopping by. It's really no more than a girl. She is the daughter of the village storekeeper. Her listlessness will vanish with the prospect of rescue. She made the trek to the Naga's lair with the rest of her family, but some untapped reserve of courage and determination prevented her from succumbing to the charm. Her youthful appeal struck a chord somewhere in Abramo's... oh, great. And he brought her back as his personal prisoner. She has been beaten and mistreated over the last 3 months, but her spirit has not been broken. If Abramo is not yet dead, she will attempt to kill him if she gets the chance. That would be a cool moment, I guess? I still might make this the boy. Yeah, she has seen the effect of the charm on her family and will not wish to return to them. She understands that they would only betray her. Yeah. Unless the charm can somehow be broken. Cyrilli will relate everything that she knows, but under no circumstances will she return to the lair of the Reptile God. Fair. Cyrilli knows that the chests were emptied recently, so the hoard is now quite meager. 12 gold. Which is, again, not at all meager at this level in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So that might be like a gold, or 12 silver, or something. Because 12 gold is like a decent find, although I've already given them just a chunk. Just like throwing a chunk of gold at them. Succumbed to the adventure's numbers. But obviously, like, the big score will be at the end of, like, the last dungeon, which I think will probably have, like, a couple hundred gold or something for the party, because they should be level 3 by the time they get there. Yeah, I think finishing this dungeon, they'll get to level 3. Which is, like, a little fast, but it's fine. It'll kind of slow down after this, I think. I will actively stop cheating on experience numbers. So yeah. Is there like let me look at these scratches one more time, because this is a secret door, not a yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of gold numbers that just are ridiculous for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So, all right, we're going to swap this home, and this mine is just going to be conspicuously in front of this door. So conspicuously that one of the letters is in the wall. Oh, that does make sense, though, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Sorry, I was skimming. Yeah, just giving them an antique that they'll struggle to sell until it's level appropriate. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good solution. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. That kind of delaying tactic could work well here. They might already just not get back to town where they would probably sell this until they're, like, level 4 or close to it. Which, again, still 5,000 is a ridiculous number at that level, but... Okay, so we're just gonna... What are we gonna do? We're gonna copy this cage. It's a great cage. It's a good cage. I'm gonna use it here. Infuriating solutions are good solutions, though. Like, if you don't want to make something easy for the party, then yeah. Like, something that makes you think they're gonna be pissed at this. That's, like, the correct option, then. The jade statue is a skillfully carved image of the Naga who... Yeah, okay. So the captive will name the Naga. Shades of violet, brown, and bright jade have been blended into this masterpiece of evil. Light from the torches or lamps will cause the colors to swirl and shimmer in an almost hypnotic pattern. The statue is worth 7,500 gold intact. Yeah! No, it won't be. And weighs that much in gold equivalent. It is impossible to break into smaller parts while retaining any of its value. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna down value that. They will be lucky if that's worth 750 gold, because that again would be like the entire gold for this adventure. But we'll make it worth a pretty penny of an appropriate amount. The other statues in the room have been shipped from granite and are as ugly as they are poorly crafted. Abramo created them himself and gleefully explained them to his captive, so the last can identify them as a crocodile, 2 large lizards, and a coiled cobra. Okay. Let's see. I rolled up a 1E character the other day, an Inquisitor with a Redemption Inquisition based on Jules from Pulp Fiction. I'm not sure if I can play him well, but he seems like such a great character to turn into a Pathfinder PC. I have not seen Pulp Fiction because I'm a terrible movie person. I'm bad with movies. I'm really bad with movies. I haven't seen any of the must-sees on anyone's list. But from what I know of the story, that makes sense. It seems like the kind of show that would have a lot of potential Pathfinder characters in it, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Behind the statue of the Naga is a secret trapdoor that leads to room 9 on the ground floor level of the temple. Only Abramo knows about it, and he will use it to escape if hard pressed. Someone else is already using it to escape, buddy. Yeah, I should watch Pulp Fiction at some point. I definitely should. I agree. I will put it on the list, which is already quite long. I might prioritize Alien. We'll see. Okay, so what do we need in here? Whoopsies. Alright, so we need statues. Again, for internal consistency, we're going to go over here to the Golden Grain Cellar. We're going to grab this Naga statue as it's been kind of already shown to be the primary antagonist. We're going to plop him right here in the corner. Slightly smaller. I'm going to say it's been, like, maybe overturned. I mean, I can't show that here, unfortunately. But, maybe, you know, this trapdoor is sitting open, basically. Yeah. You do a full party build from the film, yeah. That's kind of the impression I get. The real fun would be dropping the backstory hints to unaware players and then eventually just get really obtuse with the references. Yeah, yeah. I did something like that, probably a worse version of that, in a previous Pathfinder campaign. I talked about it in my previous video, but there was a captain of a boat. He was referred to as Mr. Falcone. And it wasn't too long before a player was like, oh god, Captain Falcon. And then in the fight, he had a spiked locked gauntlet that was meant for a creature one size larger, and he used it for a very devastating punch. Yeah. So I'm not above the just fat ugly references. You know, I use them sparingly, but I sure use them. What are we doing? All right, we need 2 crocodiles, right? Something like that. Yeah, we'll see how that works. Where was the list? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Crocodile, 2 large lizards. Is that going to be visually distinct from above? Lizard. We're going to get just lizard folk. Oh, dragon dog. That's convenient. Yeah. This one already looks like a statue. Wonderful. All right, let's see if we can gray him up. I don't really like how that looks too much. That's a little better. Okay. Health bars make it very difficult. Usually try to avoid reference space play. Yeah. Yeah. It can be a little much when there's like, I don't know. Everyone's thing is a reference to everything. You know, if everything in your game can be described like that one thing from Highlander or whatever, it gets a little like exhausting, and it kills verisimilitude a little bit. And I'm not someone who like puts verisimilitude above everything else, but it's still relying on it too heavily can make the game less interesting, I think. Here are 15 NPCs, all based on my absolutely plebeian taste. Yeah, that's exactly right. Crocodile. Let's find one. I should have a crocodile, right? Right? Fake crocodile. Maybe not. That's great, though. Alright, this one's already kind of dulled down. Oh, yikes. Alright. I didn't mean to squish you there, bud. Did I accidentally grab the water one? That's way more obvious on when you, like, pull it out. Okay. It's so big. Alright, let's... There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, references are nice when used sparingly. They're like a good source of levity, but you know, if everything is levity, then it's kind of boring. I wish these tints were a little more effective, but I'm also just a little too lazy to like go in and, you know, actually shop them. So these are all map layerable. I'm going to keep this one on the token layer because I think I have to move it. It's going to be pushed up to the corner. Yeah, don't worry about it. This is like, I'm not really doing a show at this part, right? I'm just kind of Yeah, I like conversing and going back and forth. I don't mind being distracted. For like for the campaign diary stuff, I'll probably like ignore chat a little more generally. But yeah, stuff like this, I don't mind talking. I don't mind pausing. Oops. I don't mind zooming in and out, over. Stupid scroll wheel change. Okay. Let's find a pit. Ideally, I would like a square one. How far in does it zoom? That's a good... Let's find out. 250. 250% is the maximum zoom. Zoom out, it's like 10 or something. 35. 35, sure. 30. No, 10. Ah! I was correct. Cool. Nice little watermark that I missed. It's, yep. Made by Dungeon Fog. I think I mentioned that earlier, but yeah. Dungeon Fog, let me just, as an aside, Dungeon Fog is a wonderful tool when you're like, I'm trying to make a map that looks exactly like these shapes. Like, I'm trying to copy a map. Dungeon Fog is great for just very rapidly outlining the stuff and putting it together. I'll do some dungeon fogging sometime. Probably not tonight, because I've already got, like, this dungeon is already done. The next dungeon is already done. The one after that. A dungeon fog is free, yeah. You get, like, 1 or 2 maps for free, and you don't get a lot of great doodads, like, there's only a couple of ground types, there's only a couple of wall types, there's only a few tables, things like that. You only get, like, the plain wooden doors. And if you pay for it, they have a lot more built-in doodads. But if all you're doing is, like, I'm going to make one map, I'm going to export it, I'm going to put it to Roll20, and then I'm going to fill it with things from Roll20, kind of like what I'm doing, then you don't need to pay for it. I did. So I'm doing a lot of extra, like, post-processing work, kind of for no reason. It's fine. I paid for it after I made this map. I paid for it when I started making the next map. Whatever. So there are advantages to paying for it. You can probably get more for $5 by paying for Dungeon Fog than you can for, like, buying individual Roll20 packs. But I do a healthy amount of both, apparently. Kind of a cool thing. I wouldn't ever go this far, I guess. But, like, if you have Roll20 packs that you can download them and then upload them to Dungeon Fog as custom packs. It lets you import content. I have not used Fantasy Grounds. I prefer Roll20 because I've used it longer and more, and because I haven't tried Fantasy Grounds, but I hear a lot of people really like Fantasy Grounds. This is just what I've always used, so I need to check it sometime, do some market research on that in that respect, but yeah. I guess, I know there's a good trapdoor. I'll just use that, even though this makes it glaringly obvious. Like, this is not an ambiguous door. Fantasy Grounds has just as many problems, but they're different problems. That makes sense. That's kind of what I figured. It's like, I assumed that it was made to counter Roll20 in certain ways, and then it would have other stuff crop up, you know? Stuff that Roll20 happens to do better, probably. And vice versa. So, yeah. I saw, like, a demo video that there was something that I wasn't impressed by. Probably something about lighting that I liked better about Roll20 or something, but yeah. Any mind flayers show up in your campaigns? Not yet. They showed up in my friend Gino's campaign once. We killed a mind flayer once. I don't know if I'm gonna go there here. I think there are gonna be drow. Because there's, like, the entire story is taking place on this one campaign, or this, wow, this one, continent. That's the word I'm looking for. All the story takes place on this one continent, and it's made to sound like this whole big world-shattering storyline, but literally everything happens in, like a 600 by 600 foot, 600 by 600 mile area. So I need to figure out, like, what the hell is going on with the rest of the world. So I think there's going to be another continent. There's going to be drow. There's going to be, you know, different races there. So maybe we'll have the Underdark be in Overdark on a different continent. And, like, on the same plane and everything. Okay. So how do I... Let me... I'm going to put this on... I'll just here. We'll GM overlay this bit. Okay. I don't know what his name is. His name is Boy for now. Pop back over. I'll just put this guy in the GM layer so I know he's there. Yeah, we'll put him off to the side. Okay. All right. Where was I? In here. Golden Grain Inn. Oh no, church is below the Golden Grain Inn? Yeah. Temple of America. Secret altar room, yeah. So yeah, just to talk about this boy for a minute. I think the deal with him, just to stick close to this backstory of the girl we were discussing previously, the boy that the sister brought to town is going to replace her just entirely. The mayor will have, after the sister disappeared, found like a family for him to stay with, one that the mayor trusted and incorrectly happened to be infected by the cult, and they will have brought him to get charmed, which he resisted, probably because, I mean, he can just resist. I don't have to come up with the backstory for it, but if pressed, if the players start looking for information, it'll probably be because he's like the son of the emperor or whatever. Illegitimate son, by the way. All of these are illegitimate sons, because the emperor is kind of this weird immortal character until he died. So there's yeah, we'll just skip over that backstory stuff for now. So yeah. I want to build a fantasy world around insane conspiracy theory, lizard people running the government, etc., etc. Yeah, that would be fun. I think this this world could have gone there pretty easily. Yeah, so it's like a little complicated. I mean, this is all just because we said that this happened in a world building session, so it's not that complicated, but he was the first human, and he was artificially created by a elf scientist, and kind of in partnership with one of the gods. And so all humans come from him. He's been alive for like many thousands of years. And then the old group of gods was sealed away, and in the process of sealing them away, his immortality got kind of taken away. And then he lasted another 60 years, and then he got stabbed. So he is not immune to stabbing. He was probably never immune to stabbing, but in particular now. Yeah. So yeah, So the line of succession is the entire human race. Exactly. The characters I've mentioned a couple times during this stream are direct successors. So, like, the strongest blood link possible. But that's kind of a part of the campaign, is, like, how does the current ruling council find the most deserving heir? When, like, all of humanity potentially has a claim. Yeah. Yep. Getting cutthroat is exactly the intended point, eventually. They're going to get back to the main town, to where the Emperor was ruling from, and it's going to be in a pretty chaotic state when they arrive. I should have started it in a chaotic state, but there was a whole lot to set up at the start of the campaign, and I wasn't thinking super clearly about it. So, we will be setting off that powder keg kind of the day that they get back. Where was the treasure mentioned? I think the only treasure was just the... Yeah, it was like the gold and the statue. So we'll just keep it to the statue. Yeah. Hereditary succession is no basis for a system of government. Absolutely true. Part of the conflict is going to be that some of the council wants to keep... It's like a three-way split here, where some people on the ruling council want to keep power. They think that that is the least disruptive thing, because they were like the closest to what the Emperor's actual policies were, and he clearly trusted them to some degree. There's going to be a group that wants to find another Emperor quickly, just to get the question out of everyone's minds, to like set stability back in place. And then there's like a third faction that wants to set up, like, this guy was named Emperor after he basically saved the world by sealing away the gods. And so the third faction wants to install the previous lineage of kings in place, which they're going to probably be the least successful, but they're there. Yeah, this all gets into, like, since the gods are gone, people are being uplifted, strong beings are being uplifted into a place of, like, divinity, in a way. So there's this idea that, like, divine right to rule is actually, like, a literal thing here, where, like, the line of the Emperor has some actually divine power. Just by way of, like, the belief of the people. So, you know, that just makes things way more... Like, it's probably not a great place to be, like, a regular person right now. Yeah, I think... Okay. I'm sorry I keep just, like, staring at this PDF. I'm just trying to figure out what treasure is in here, and I think it's literally just it's the statue and the boy. The boy is great treasure, very important. And then the chest of like 1.2 gold. So we'll put an empty chest in here. Why not? Not that one. Yeah, that's more like it. Sparse. What's the limits on the whole divine power? It's kind of arbitrary. The basic idea is that you need some kind of following, some kind of worship. So it's a little bit like the game Black and White in that regard. A little bit like Japanese kami. Where like amount of worship, amount of devotion has a correlation to the amount of power. So, like, if you start a cult and instill yourself as the head, like you're some kind of Naga pretending to be a life god, you can get some inkling of divine power based on what aspect of the world people think you represent. So if you are a giant fire lizard, you might have, if you're a giant lizard that breathes fire, you might be revered as like a fire god, and you might therefore get power over fire. Yeah. The people could rise up and withhold devotion until they get a constitutional monarchy. Yeah. that's interesting to think about. Yeah. Yeah. So I get to kind of, I guess, arbitrarily decide all of this, but that's like, this is the outline of what I've kind of come up with so far. And does the power have to come from living being, or can you also get power from the undead? That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't think you can get power from the... yeah, I don't know. I think there's probably room for, like, some kind of person who's, like... Or some kind of deity who says... If you give me... Like, so the process of things becoming undead might lead to some kind of divine being getting power. So, yeah. Yeah, if a necromancer is able to enslave the souls... Yeah. So I think there could be a situation where someone says, hey... Let's write a contract. You give me your soul, and you will never die. And then you have the Forsaken. So, yeah, that could happen. That's a viable option. Yeah, exactly. Easy deal. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't tell you that you actually literally still continue to rot and that your brain will start to, like, melt away, and it's really just your body that continues to live, but, you know. After a certain point, are you really gonna miss it? Are you really gonna miss thinking and having a body that can function? Liver that functions, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So what I hear from chat is that we're all in with the necromancer. I'll go find a necromancer for us. All right. Yeah, I think this is like literally all we need for upstairs. Not that there's... I mean, this is a pretty dense upstairs, man. All things considered. But we can move on. Let's see. Persona Mask, Scroll of Hold Person, Scroll of Silence, heightened 4th level. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna leave that as the treasure in Misha's room. Again, okay, so this trapdoor lines up with this spot, and there's gonna be another, like, hidden panel there. Trying to show that with, like, the dirt. If they just jump down, I'm gonna say that this trapdoor just falls open. So yeah, if they jump down here, they would fall through second trapdoor, probably take some fall damage, land at the top of these stairs. There's another trapdoor that was like in this prayer booth. They might like just discover this before going upstairs, but I doubt it. Maybe post a link to it. I don't think I'm yeah. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Moobot. Thank you. I didn't remember if I had it blocking links, but I thought probably. Okay. Let me see. Maybe we can even... Oh. The chat in OBS is kind of interesting. Narrate a D&D story. The Grey Necromancer's antics gone too far. The party finally makes a move. Yeah. Okay. Since I'm still a noob streamer, I'm gonna avoid... I'll watch this, like, after I'm done. After I shut off everything. Just because I don't know how watching other people's YouTube videos works on Twitch. I've seen some people do it, and I've seen some people be like, ah, no, nope, not gonna do it, nope. So, I'm gonna hold off. But... Yeah, I'll check this out later. I'm gonna bail back to Man in the High Castle. Thanks for the stream. I'll pop in next campaign diary. Is this? Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I look forward to having you stop in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for talking. Definitely enjoy having people to converse with. As I'm sure you suspect, a lot of my streams are to silence, usually. So, you know, cool having people around. Not that I've quick backstory. I haven't streamed in like a couple years, so this is old times we're talking. This is a long time ago that we're talking about. But all right, to the basement, shall we? So it starts in number 19. Yeah, secret hallway, hidden hallway. Sorry, this hallway connects the rooms 70 and 9, which is just the Misha's bedroom and the prayer room. Hidden trapdoors. Yep. Maze. This is a small maze built from a formerly empty storage room. Walls of the maze are studded with iron spikes at odd intervals and heights. That's just like... who... Guys, we are part of the cult now, and I think it's only appropriate that we spike the basement. We have to spike the basement, alright? We need to spend time and resources spiking the basement. Not as a trap or anything, no. Just spikes on the walls. Do we think we'll have guests down here? No. No one will see this. Yeah, they've captured a small ogre. I have him already. His HP is 13. According to that, I'm gonna have it be, I don't know. Oops. Wait. Oh yeah, he's on the token layer. That's funny. Is he? No. What are you on? You're on the map layer. Whoops. My bad, bud. My bad. Get on the token layer. Yeah, we're just gonna... You're just a 25 HP ogre. That is who you are. We'll name you Starving Ogre. It'll show me your nameplate. And players cannot see it. Okay. Neat. Neat. So he's their pet. He will smash intruders. He will move to investigate when the door opens. He has no treasure of his own. 21 is secret door. It's right there. Low... Pulling on a low spike. That's why there are spikes, so we can open the trapdoor. Again, I'm just gonna... You can just push it. That's fine. This is extra... We don't need a spiky basement. Apologize if anyone disagrees with my aesthetic choice there. Again, I wanted dirt marking that was a secret door, but I seem to have neglected that. Maybe I shouldn't... Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. How to make it obvious, but not that obvious. I guess we just put dirt in a few places, right? Go to... Oh, here, let me copy you first. Spread you out. There you go. And now... Oops. All right, yep, whoops. There. Stay there. Thank you. Map layer. All right. Dirt there, sure. Sounds good. No, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. Map layer. Just some random smatterings of dirt all over. I didn't mean to move that, but that's okay. I think that's fine. Maybe a little more on the top here. Let's just... I've been mostly cool with the songs, but these are... Maybe we'll try some future bass. See if that's a little more chilled out. Yeah, that's... Alright, spread this out. Copy, paste, put it on the map layer. Not ungroup. Spin it. Put it there. Put it to the map layer. And we have a dirt pile. Okay, sure. 22 are the troglodyte tunnels, and again, no troglodytes. We're just homogenizing all of the minions to lizard folk. The Shrieker, which I already have in place, it's just a watch fungus. So this is just some kind of mushroom creature that screams when it spots intruders. And it will alert the lizard folk at the end of the tunnels. On the floor. Yep. 2 solid wooden doors set into heavy frames that are barred on the outside. They are used occasionally for storing prisoners, but are now both empty. So this is kind of the weird thing about this adventure module. There's just an excessive amount of like empty rooms in the dungeons, which is probably fine. Just like I've played a lot of Metroidvania games, so I have the belief, not the belief, I have like the impulse built into me to never have like a wasted empty room, you know? Like every room has a purpose. I guess they have a purpose, and the purpose is storing prisoners, and currently there's no prisoners, so that's fine. I'll just put chains in there. But yeah, there's like a spot in the end dungeon where it's just like, yeah, there's a fake door. It's like, what? Why? It's just a fake door in a wall. And you can try to open it, and if you succeed at the strength chest, nothing happens, because there is no door. It's a texture on the wall. It's like, alrighty then. I thought it was the funniest thing when I... Just interesting choices. Just troll walls. I think that, I don't know. That's like a aspect of older adventures and older campaigns of just like trolling your players and like giving them false information for no reason. I think it's great. Kind of funny. Let's just grab a couple of these, huh? Copy one of these. Grab all of these and put them on the map. Apparently I already did it for that one. Cool. Alright. The purpose of these rooms has been suggested by the chains. In the troglodyte's lair at the end of the tunnel is a small chest buried in the dirt by the north wall. The excavation will be noticed as if it were a secret door. The chest is locked, and the key is buried in the loose dirt at the mouth of the chamber. Okay. Yeah, sure. The chest contains 45 GP. Yeah. That's actually an almost reasonable amount of gold. Silver brooch of shielding. I already gave them that? Elsewhere? It's one of those Schrodinger's items things. So I have a player that keeps falling down, and I was like, let me just give you a temporary buff of like 30 HP. Let me just double your HP for now. And then the necklace will break when you're done. So I need to figure something else to put out there. Again, that might be an off-stream thing. Like I kind of want to go over some... Not 45 GP. This is what I'm talking about. So I just like put this in there, and then I read other stuff, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of... It's a lot of gold. 45 gold. No. 200 silver is already 20 gold. I'm just gonna do that. 200 silver. Got him. But in truth, it's a trap that leads to the BDSM room. The player that triggers it is warped into the room and is trapped, strapped and hanging from the chains in a lewd position. One player has to climb him or down with the chain. Yeah. I don't want to think through the implications of having that in the lizard room area. So, I don't dislike the idea. I might reserve that for a different dungeon. So yeah, I think instead of having like, oh, there's a hidden chest and a hidden key, both buried in the dirt, I think I'm just going to show the chest. Yeah, am I just going to show the chest? I don't know. What I don't like is like, there's a chest and I'm just going to roll it against your passive perception. Like, that's not that interesting to me. And like not tell you anything about it, you know? Like, if it's just the DM rolling dice for the sake of, I would rather do something more interesting. And again, this is another thing that like comes from old school adventures in terms of like explicitly dungeon crawling, explicitly calling out that I look for traps in this room and that it takes extra time, it takes an extra turn, which will advance the dungeon mechanics, whatever they may be, patrols, whatever. I'll spend a turn doing this. And that kind of thing. Or like, I look for chests, I'm going to spend turns in this room doing things. Which is like not something I do. It's not something most modern DMs do, I think. In terms of like taking explore turns in dungeons. And that's like something I would be interested in. It sounds like a fun thing. Like, kind of, for a while, maybe. But it's not, like, what this is. It's not what my campaign is geared towards. So, yeah, I'm just gonna, like, here's a chest. The chest is visible. Maybe you will automatically find the key. Maybe you won't, and you will have to look for the key. That's fine. Maybe you try to break the chest and you accidentally break one of the items inside. Like, that'll just be the thing, right? Or they can, like, take the chest elsewhere to deal with it. Whatever. I don't want your commentary. Sorry, Monster Cat. Let's highlight another tool while we're here, shall we? pf2.easytool.es. So we're just gonna look. We're gonna see if there's anything that I find particularly inspiring to throw in here. This is a great resource to like find just kind of the rules as written items in Pathfinder, 2nd edition. So yeah, we'll just go into items. And it like, I thought it listed them out by level. Moment. Maybe I just, let me see. Adventuring gear? Maybe there's been an update, to how this kind of works. So yeah, I kind of want to give them more, like, scrolls and wands and things. And they are going to get... One of these guys is going to have an Axe of Retribution, just a +1 weapon. Because I kind of owe them one of those at this level, and I think that's cool. I think that's a cool thing to throw in here. Wow. I'm like, yeah, okay. This changed since I looked at it like 5 days ago. Library, maybe? No. Huh. Huh. Okay, well, I guess maybe I will come back soon, but, yeah, here are all, like, the swords and stuff. That's not what I'm looking for. weird. I liked it better when it was listing out, like, instead of categorizing, it was just like, here's all the level 1 items. That was useful to me. Still a great tool. So, still happy to highlight it. Just not in the most absolutely useful format for me anymore. It still like has the levels and stuff, so like that's fine. Maybe I'll just throw an ever-burning torch in there. Onyx Dog Wonders figurine. This is something I was looking at. Wow, that's big text. Yeah, these figurines are pretty neat. Has the minion trait? I didn't know the minion trait was a thing, but yeah, there's like there's a lot of cool stuff. Okay. +1 weapon, magic weapon, yeah. Yeah. Huh. Alright. Alright, done with that. That's fine. I will go look for stuff later. Alright, what else do we need here? So we have the Minotaur, have the... Right, I was gonna replace these dudes with the beefy lizard folk. Oh, I can spell. Yes. Pop, 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 pop. The kind of unfortunate thing is that they all have, like, clubs. So that's kind of what I was trying to avoid earlier, I think. But, you know, if I tell the players that one of them has an axe, they're not gonna, like... They're not gonna scoff at that just because the image is different. One more. Okay, so these will either come to try to ambush them if they hear the alarm mushroom, or they'll just chill here until the party can habit upon them and spot them. And I think that's... Oh yeah, okay, so the other flavor thing is, in this back hallway, there's like supposed to be... 21. There's like a dead cleric in here or something. Yeah, at the far end is a year-old grave of a courageous temple servant who tried to resist the kidnapping of the cult. The body is very old and wrapped in a rotting leather tunic. Nothing of value may be found here. So it's just, yeah, it's just a rotting body, basically. Body. Let's search for that. Wish I had, like, a clothed skeleton. That's, like, what I want. Dead. Skeleton? Does I realize how dry my throat is when I can't get that word out? This might be fine. This might be, you know. Let's turn it this way. That'll be clipping into the wall. There we go. That's fine. Okay, so there's a skeleton there. I'm not gonna... maybe I'll look... I don't know. I don't think there's much here for what I'm looking for. Which is totally fine. I already made my purchase for the day. I've supported Roll20 creators once already. So we'll not look for more stuff, more excuses to buy. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of it for this dungeon. I already we can look. I already mostly stocked. This is the final. This is the first floor of the final dungeon. And I mostly stocked this whenever it loads. There's already kind of a lot going on in this one. You know, various rooms. There's like some rooms for some people who are like actually loyal to Explicita and not like charmed. They're just happy to work. Happy to work here. Love their job. Some guard rooms. This is like where they come in. Okay, so I guess skipping ahead. Let's see how to compress this. Part of the story that we came up with in the world building session was like we wanted to include ancient civilizations, like ancient technologically advanced civilizations, which had like a floating city. And that's like where Adam was created, basically. It's like the gods helped these mortals create a floating city where like science and divinity like combined and did all sorts of cool stuff. And they made automatons and all these things. And then also made Adam, which the other gods weren't super happy about. I want this floor of the dungeon to be part of that city. So they're going to come in here. It's going to be made of this strange stone that none of them have ever interacted with before. I'm going to describe it as having like veins of some kind of blue ore in it. Like when they come out, the entrance is going to basically be a pit or a cave in the swamp. And so there'll be like a big mound of like moved dirt, and then below that there's like this stone layer. And the stone is not going to be described as broken. It's going to be described as like stones have been removed and there's a stairway coming out of them. But you know, the stones that were pulled out of the ceiling are either inside under the stairs or they're like in the, you know, sitting aside from this. The implication just being that like this stone is not easy to break and it's some kind of like exotic material that the characters aren't familiar with. So like stones were pried away, not busted. And yeah, this is all just like a chunk of the city that fell down intact, and it got like buried in the swamp, sank into the swamp, and has been taken over by this cult. Yay! Let's see, what is there of note? There is a body dumping room. That's always nice. This room is, yeah, this, like, okay. Yeah. Down here, on just the complete opposite end, is, like, the stairs down to the next level, which I have not mapped out yet. And there's some more lizard folk guarding that. Down here, I guess I can look, I can see if there's a harpy thing. There's a harpy. The adventure calls for a harpy, which is convenient for me. Yep. Selling harpy. That'll be my enemy. Wow. These are very you know, stylistic harpies. Yeesh. I don't know if I'm gonna use either of those. It'll probably be this one. It'll probably end up being Max Attack 2 Monsters 2 harpy. So yeah, the adventure calls for a harpy in here that is just against the party. Like just evil, just here to be an obstacle. And I'm gonna probably turn it into more than that. There's like a... Well, okay. Want my players to be able to watch this soon. So I'm not gonna go into long-term spoilers. But this harpy is going to be like a notable NPC from another faction. Yeah. Instead of just being, here's a bad guy to kill, it'll be something a little more than that. Also, are these columns like... These are off-center. These are cattywampus. Is there anything else cattywampus? No, I was drunk on lack of sleep when I was putting these out, I guess. Oh, God! Okay, I lied. This is part of the other map. This is part of the base map. I can't move those. Rip. Yep, that's fine. Alright, very well. Those are staying there. That's fine. All right. There is just, it's art, you know, artistic asymmetry. I don't think there's too much to go over. One thing, I guess, that's, oh yeah, there's supposed to be a giant, like, beaver in that room. I haven't numbered all this. I can do that, but that's, again, probably not very interesting to do on stream, so. Yeah, yeah. What is what I said? They're just reading down this thing. It might not be a beaver, but it's not unridiculous. It's a weasel. I'm sorry. It's the lair of the giant weasel. So I'm just reading through this adventure, going down the numbers. I go, Den of the Harpy, okay, okay. Lair of the giant weasel. Wonderful. They just captured a weasel from the swamp. It's fine. I don't have a weasel. Ah, crap. Ah, crap. Devon Knight, are you gonna get a weasel out of me? Summoned helpers. So they're looking alright, man. There's not a ton of them. Alright, alright. Before I... let's hold on. Alright, let's hold on. Tokens. Weasel. What? What? There's like an inn named like the Drunk Weasel or something, and that's why these are popping up. Yeah, burning wallet emote. Do I have anything appropriate? Fire. Lit? No, I just have the baseline curse lit and twitch lit. It's a shame. Wallet? No matching emotes. Money. Alright, fine. Fine, Twitch. Fine. We'll do the burning wheel instead. There we go. Math Squad burning wheel. As with all things, my wallet is a victim to the endless burning wheel. Alright, so what I'm seeing is no weasels. That's what I'm getting. Beaver? There are beavers. That's a skunk, man. That is a skunk. Don't tell me that's a beaver. Doing it. Is it white background? Nah, got him! Giant. What would you say the size is of a giant weasel? Is it actually giant? Buried in the mud of the chamber are 300 gold pieces. This is a rich-ass beaver. I mean, weasel. Weasel beaver? Find 10% of these each turn spent searching. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like or what I was talking about, like, literally an hour ago. Spending turns to do things in a dungeon crawl. Which is not a modern take. Yeah, there's a lot of like mud in this dungeon that like restricts movement. It's notable. Just a blood drain. The weasel does a blood drain. How wonderful. HP 14. That's gonna get upgunned. Just, you know, we'll give him a 26 HP. I get. Yeah, we'll give him a 26 HP. That should take a couple turns. If my rogue doesn't crit. Movement is at 1/4 the rate. That is not rules as written for Pathfinder. It will cut movement by half, and I'm sticking to it. Fireball. Yep. Just Fireball would do it. Thankfully, a level 2 character doesn't get to Fireball. I could give the Weasel Fireball. That could be only slightly more ridiculous than the giant weasel existing in the first place. It says giant. It doesn't say large, it says giant. So 3x3 he is. giant weasel and his shower of gold. You can just have, there's like gold ore, right? Just had it, and then I like didn't click on it. Let's go back to tokens. Gold nuggets, that's what I'm, yeah, all right. We can do that. That'll do. Pretend to be a dragon. Yeah, flame breath would be... that would be pretty deep. I'm not gonna go too ham on the weasel. We'll give him like the chompy bite blood drain, and that'll be good. I really think that's basically the only thing I have left. One problem here, I guess, is that a lot of the encounters in this dungeon, like, yeah, there's the guards, there's the folks who live here, there's the harpy and the weasel. A lot of the encounters are supposed to be random encounters. And again, it's supposed to be like you roll on the random encounter table like every once in a while when you're exploring the dungeon. Every time you spend a turn doing something. So like you enter this room, that's a turn. You enter this room, that's a turn. You search it, that's a turn. Every one of those you roll on the random encounter table. Like I can do a patrol thing like that. Like every time they enter a room, there's a chance that they run into the patrol, and there's a chance that they see the patrol in the next room or down the hallway or what have you. Just moving around. Or like, something like that. That's just what I'll do. I will set something to be roaming around. It won't be a random chance to run into the weasel or the harpy in the storage room, however. The weasel is going to stay put and the harpy is going to stay put. And, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's just one challenge of like running this adventure as a Pathfinder adventure. Is that, or even just a modern adventure of any kind? Is again like that's a system that isn't in vogue right now. So, like making up rules for that, finding an analog for that is a little tough. Other than just like what I'm just going to do is they enter a room and I roll a die, and that'll be it. Yeah. So I don't think there's a whole lot left to do in here. The next thing I have to do is draw out the next level, but I'm going to save that for just next time I do a DM prep stream. So probably next week, assuming we play tomorrow. God willing. I think these guards are supposed to be roaming around somewhere, so maybe I'll use those. So yeah. Maybe I'll set up the tokens for these guys. I'll find their names. What happens on a crit fail on that roll? Yeah, so I think it scales from like 1, you get the jump on them. Like you enter a room, they have no idea you're there. You get a surprise round or whatever. You get to do whatever you want. Or your initiative is automatically above theirs. A regular success, you'll just like see them moving in the next room. A fail, they will like, you will run into them basically. It'll just be mutual. You run into them, they see you, you see them, you're both surprised, roll initiative. And if you crit fail, they'll get like a free round on you. You'll enter a room and they'll have heard you coming and they will be waiting at the door and they will all like swing at you. So that's probably what happens on a crit fail. A crit fail on the old encounter table was probably that the giant weasel bites your head off, or something. I could find it. I can find it somewhere. Oh, it's literally just Wandering Monsters level 2. Oh, yeah. This is somewhere in here. Oh, it's just you roll a 1 through 6. I wonder... Okay, Wandering Monsters are checked every third turn. A roll of 6 on a 1d6 indicates an encounter. So, every 3 times you do something, there was a chance to run into a monster, and then you just roll a 1d6 to see what it is. With a chance for giant rats, a giant lizard, a poison snake, a constrictor, troglodytes, a giant weasel. Yeah. There was some, like, setup, kind of. There's a lot of spots in this adventure where it's like, you run into some snakes, but they're cold, so they have half movement, and they're not as lethal as they usually are. And, like, I feel like that's setting up to have them show up here. So you, like, it was like, what's the word? Signaling for it. Just, like, signaling future badness, basically. Like, here's the stuff you're gonna run into soon. So I kind of feel like I should insert those somewhere. And they're on the random encounter table. This is why I mention it. There's, like, vipers on the encounter table. Like a giant lizard, things like that. Constrictor. So I feel like I should seed those somewhere. I'll figure it out. So yeah, I might just have those tokens, like, ready to go, right? I'll just have, like, my vipers, my constrictors, and my guards, and I'll have them sitting over here, and when they run into them, I'll, like, drag them in. And it'll probably be just... It'll be like if they run into an encounter in here, it's probably the vipers, or the constrictor. Or if they run into an encounter down here, probably the vipers or the constrictor. If they're in, like, the central chamber, it'll be the guards. You know, I'll kind of, like, headcanon this stuff. I'll just take something off the table that makes sense. They won't run into the vipers that like to burrow in the sand, again, in the storage room. Right. So, just kind of, yeah, kind of, matching it up to the environment that they run into. Oh, I should have this marked. So this is something I kind of did. I was a little lazy about. There's, like, a secret door here, right? And I don't have it marked at all. And I think maybe there's another spot like that. I just have it on the lighting layer. I mean, obviously, like, I know that there's a secret here, so I'm not gonna, like, miss it, but... just, I guess, to promote good habits, let's put something down, shall we? S. 32 is not big enough. There we go. Got him. Okay. Yeah, we'll just let's just put him. Let's just mark this down, right? I'll just make notes here of, like, what encounters could be, like, in the rooms. So, like, vipers, constrictors. Maybe we'll limit it to that. I don't really care. I don't really care about giant rats. Giant lizard would end up being a giant crocodile because that's been hinted at by travelers and other people. So we'll just, that'll be in the water areas. The giant weasel is stuck in his lair. He is not allowed. So let's just copy this. Mark that there. This already has an encounter. We'll just make it, if they're approaching the harpy and they get attacked, that's fine. I think that would be funny. Just have the harpy watch them doing this. So yeah, you know, generally this is just literally all the muddy areas. This one will be vipers, constrictors, crocodiles, because there's water. This is the extent of my logic. Similarly, we'll just crocodile. That spot is perfect for a party snipe. I'm curious which spot you meant, although I think it's hard to describe. So yeah, lizard folk and guards. It like, so instead of marking it down for every single room, it's just going to be, if it's not marked as vipers, constrictors, crocodiles, it will be the guards or the lizard folk. Like human guards or lizard folk will appear elsewhere. All three animal monsters, yeah. Yeah, I mean, so that's not, that's probably not going to be that all three are there. No promises, though. It'll just be, that's the list. I'll, like, roll a 1d3 or something. Or flip a coin. And, like, pick one of these three. And then I'll probably just scratch it off the list. Like, oh, if they run into a viper here, it's gone. And then they run into an encounter over here, it'll be the constrictor, and then that'll be gone. And then it'll just be, like, crocodiles left in the other spots. Or, you know, maybe they'll crit fail, and it will literally be, it'll be constructors drop from the ceiling and grab you, vipers come out of the mud and bite at you, and a crocodile tries to eat you. I have a Chekhov's crocodile going on right now. A crocodile literally has to appear somewhere because the goblin has been so afraid of getting eaten by a crocodile because he insists that he's close to the size of a crocodile's mouth. So, like, at this point, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it has to happen. That is more terrifying than what you were going with. I'm glad my deviousness exists. I'm glad it sounds threatening, because usually I'm just way too nice to my players, man. I apologize if that swallowing gets into the mic. My mic is very sensitive. I'm very self-conscious about it. I need to set up a mute hotkey, to be honest. Anyway. Let's see. Is there anything else to talk about? We have the random encounters kind of set up. There's not much else. We'll grab these guys. Put them in this room. I'll find their names. I'll number all this up when I'm not on stream, because that's boring AF. Yeah, all the 14s, 14A, 14B, 14C. Yeah, Lieutenant's quarters. Herein dwell Reptile God's higher level human followers. 2 assassins, a fighter, and a cleric. So it's like... Oh god, I only have 3 rooms. What have I done? Oh yeah, 2 of them share. It's literally just... I think it's like assassin, fighter, assassin, cleric. The cleric's at the end. He's like in charge of these lieutenants. I guess they don't have names. It's just fighter, assassin, assassin, cleric. Which is kind of odd. Oh, yeah, there are the names. Jarvis Inagar, Blaze Gabar, Ben Griff. Who's the cleric? Cleric's not on the list of names. Cleric's room. A soft bed, desk, chair, wooden chest are the only objects in the room. The chest is hidden under the bed. A small jade image of the reptile god, worth 75 gold, is on the desk. The chest is locked and protected by a glyph of warning that will paralyze a creature opening it for 3 to 18 turns. Again, not really a concept that matters in this game. The code word to open it safely is explicita. I don't think they'll guess that. Within the chest is a clerical robe of black and crimson, a mace, and a scroll with 2 Cure Light Wound spells. Those are all acceptable things for them to find. That loot is just going to be in there as written. I guess I'll mark it down. Yeah, 2x. They're called heal scrolls. They'll just be level 1. I say is I type level 2. Mace, mundane, Black robes. Okay. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. I don't need to make sure it's completely off. Oh no, it's in the I'm bad. Layer, GM layer. Let's make sure that didn't happen anywhere else. Okay. Okay, that was good. These are all on the appropriate layer except that one. It's really embarrassing when you accidentally write your GM notes on the layer that all the players can see. Ben Griff. I think Ben Griff is my favorite name of these. Jarvis Sinagar is pretty good. What? Alright, so these guys are in the cult of the Reptile God, and they have a short sword +1/+2 versus scaly creatures. They have an anti-lizard sword. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Doubt. I think he's a plant. I can almost work that in. That could be fun. I'm just like, yeah, Ben Griff. You kill the other two, and Ben Griff throws down his sword and says, "Thank God! Thank Denala that you have saved me from these wicked men. I've been pretending for months, you know. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see how I feel." If it takes 5 sessions for them to get to this room, no, I won't do that. I won't add more. But that could be fun flavor. Okay. Yeah, so here we have Ben Griff. Jarvis Inagar. Blaze Gobar. Blaze Gobar. If this guy's a human and his name is Blaze Gobar, he doesn't tell me. He doesn't tell me. 2 assassins, a fighter. Oh yeah, they're humans. Oh my god. Alright, see you on Discord, Mike. This guy with a goblin-ass name, Blaze Gobar, is a human. Maybe I'm just being racist. Sorry, goblins. Blaze Gobar. And then, at the end, we have their good friend. Cleric. It's so weird. I don't understand why he doesn't have a name. All right, Ben Griff. He'll be in a room. He'll be in the room with Jarvis Inagar. Ben Griff and Jarvis, they share a room. All right. Let's see. Ben Griff has a Scale Seeker sword. +1. I will know what that means. Other than that, it's just mundane. Leather armor, shield. I don't know if a +1 shield is a concept in Pathfinder. If it is, I might just use it straight up. Because no one uses a shield in this party anyway. There are like magic shields, or like shields with different types. I don't think Pathfinder 2nd Edition has enhanced shields in that way, though. Shield. Yeah, I'll just like end up looking through the shields, I think. Dragon Slayer shield. 670 GP. Oh, that's a cool shield. It's a Dragon Slayer shield that appears to just... Oh, never mind. Okay. I thought it gave you a breath weapon. I was like, whoa. But that is not the case. It just gives you, like, auto saves versus a particular element breath weapon. Resist energy. Yeah. 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 Not seeing anything that jumps out immediately. There's like indestructible shields and stuff. I could give him like a silver shield or something. That would be reasonable, I think. Anyway, I will make that decision on the fly, I think. Van Griff, Jarvis, Inagar, Blaze, Gabar. I'm trying to think. I don't think the adventurer calls out anyone in town. I don't think I've said anyone from town who has disappeared recently. Alright, well, let's just keep reading and see if it's, if it says anything. No. It says nothing about the cleric. Alright, it's fine. I'll stop being annoyed about it. Okay. Cleric has no name. I will give him a name. I don't know what that name will be. The other clerics' names, there's like Misha Devi. I don't think it matters too much who he is, I guess. He's just a guy in the way. They probably won't discover his name, to be entirely frank. If they do, I will come up with one. But he's probably just gonna get killed, to be entirely honest. Alright, so we have Ben Griff seated in here as the plant. We have Jarvis Inagar the fighter, we have Blaze Gabar the assassin, and Cleric the cleric. And I think I've said this several times and then ended up having another half hour of crap to talk about. But, oh, I put this on the wrong way. But I think I'm actually out of stuff to discuss and do here. There's like a, let me look at this treasure in this room up high. Yeah. I went a little off script for some of these rooms that aren't shaped like rooms. Like, this is approximately what this room was shaped like, but not exactly. Alright, so it's number 4. I figure the rooms that, you know, aren't, like, squares, it's just too much effort to make sure it looks like that shape, and it's fine as long as it's like a, this kind of looks like a cave, you know. Okay, so we're looking for room number 4. Chamber of Frogs. Chamber of Frogs, that's right. 2 killer frogs. Hidden in the water near the center of the pool are 2 killer frogs. They will attack anyone stepping through the door. The pool is 3 foot deep with throughout. With an additional 1 foot of mud on the bottom. Wading through is at... I think it's actually fair for that to be at 1/4 speed. I think that's fine. I'll put some killer frogs in here. And again, if it feels like it's going to kill the pace of things, maybe I will not reveal them. I don't want frog folk. Okay, try it. Yep. I'm going to ignore the fact that it's listed as giant this time around. I think large is a good size for frogs, you know? In fact, I think I'm just gonna make it normal size. I think the weasel is a stretch enough. So there's some frogs. There's some froggy frogs. They're large. They have 8 HP. That should be about 15. I think 8 HP signals to me at the adventure that, or at the level this adventure is supposed to take place at. Maybe 15 is probably too much. I'm gonna do like. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep it at 15. Go, my gut. It signals to me that it's going to take 1, maybe 2, probably 2 hits to take down. 3 if you are very unlucky. And they're not gonna be anything too nuts. Secret door. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I like made the map and then I read this description saying this door here is actually a plug of dirt. And I was like, I don't know, PDF. It looks like double doors to me. That looks like double doors there. Yep, double doors. Yeah, welcome back, Hero. It's basically been... I talked about last session for like 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and now I've been just like filling out dungeons and stuff. The thing is, it's too much work for you. If it's content, it's like double dipping, you know? It's like more fun to work on this while I'm like chilling and talking to people. And we've had like good conversations coming back and forth. It's been nice. And like, absolutely I'm doing a bunch of extra work here. Absolutely none of this is necessary. Like, I could just have this map up, the map we're working with. And I can just say, wherever it is, yeah. I just say like, you walk down some stairs and arrive in a dungeon made of stone with mud everywhere, whatever. You enter a square room and you have halls to your left, right, and south. And then they pick which one they go in, and I just describe the next room, and we go on. Like, I can run this from the PDF without drawing any of this. It's already there for me. But I just am addicted and a nerd. And, like, drawing out dungeons and having them explore in real time is just, it's so good to me. It's so fun. Aside from the double dipping I mentioned previously. Being able to stream this is just kind of like an excuse to just go off and spend as much time on something I enjoy as I want without feeling guilty and like I'm wasting time, to be honest. So yeah, I'm really liking it. Yeah, as I've mentioned several times, I'm actually done with this map, and I don't really need to do any more, but I keep finding more to do. Cult Treasure Chamber. I disagree. Your voice is plenty soothing. But thank you. This is a minor treasure room of the cult. The sides of the platform are solid, so it cannot be looked under without lifting or destroying it. I don't think there's anything under it anyway, so that's fine, and a weird detail. The platform is hollow and empty. Oh yeah. Yeah, it says that the chests are like underneath the platform. Like, I'm not gonna be like, hey, you find a platform. There's probably something under it. Can I look under it? No. You have to do a check. Strength check to lift it up? Well, you fail. Well, you take out your axe and you chop it up now. All right, great. Great. We spent 10 minutes getting to chests that are going to have, like, not this much gold. I guess that ends up only being 120 gold when you convert, but still, that's too much. Oh, yeah, 45. Yeah, that's a lot of gold. Yeah, it's a lot of work. That's a lot of work for not a lot. So the chests are just on the platform, and they're on the platform, so they're safe from the mud. And that's the end of it. And they will find some onyx, some zircon, some gold in there. Yeah, it doesn't say the chests are locked or oh yeah, but are locked. The chests are not trapped, but are locked and bound with the brass, making them virtually impossible to break into by force. Where are they supposed to get the keys for these? I guess that's just supposed to be your thief spends time and lockpicks unlocking it thing, but I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about just having these locked and ambiguously not have a key anywhere nearby. It doesn't even tell me where the key is here. So maybe I'll let them, like... They can be locked. They'll have a check to unlock them. And we'll figure something out if they can't. They'll maybe, like, find a key off of someone else. So what's in here? So this converts to 5,000... No. Like 560 gold. 570 gold is about how much is in this chest, all things considered. Which is, again, too much. We'll say... It seems like dividing by 10 has just been the most fair for a lot of this. So it's like 57 gold. We'll do it in the format of like 570 silver pieces across all of these. Yeah, we'll just do like, we'll do 570 silver, onyx and jade worth another 25 gold. Yeah, 20 gold. We go back and forth on 5 gold. They'll be locked. And like, yeah. Let's see. I think two DC 15 thievery checks will give you 100 of the silver between the like 2 other chests. And then like a DC 25 for the other ones. For the rest. Big chest. Again I put this in the map layer. Okay. Okay, the other final thing. I belatedly wanted to add a room here somewhere. Maybe down here. I want them to have like a safe room. And again, since this is like kind of the like a chunk of like the ancient fallen city or whatever. I want them to find some like tech, really. So I've been thinking of a place to add a room for this. And one of the characters has an amulet that the Emperor gave them, and I think that amulet is going to, for ambiguous reasons, open one of the rooms. Open, like, a secret room. Probably, like, right down here, right before the stairs to go down to the next level, so they have a safe space to rest if this has been a rough journey. And inside, they're gonna... Maybe, like, some kind of... I'm thinking some kind of, like, auto dock that'll heal them, like, once. You know? Like a mana-powered auto dock. And then there will also be, like... there's a magic item. It's like a chest, like a little trinket, like a token of a chest. And when you activate it, it turns into a full chest. You can put stuff inside. You activate it again. It turns into a key. Later on, like, this key just weighs, you know, like the same weight as a regular key. You, like, poke the key forward and unlock an imaginary chest, and it, like, folds back out into, like, an origami chest. Again, like a big, full-size chest. And it contains the items that you put in there. So it's like a one-time use bag of holding. I'm going to have one of those in there holding like an ancient automaton that they can take and do something with? Question mark? I haven't thought that far ahead. Like, they can recover this automaton. They can like maybe sell it to the golemery in the city, or make it a travel companion of some sort. Log around, haul around their stuff. You know, I don't know. So that's what I'm thinking. The unfortunate thing is I've already like already done lighting down here, so I have to literally like delete one of these. I guess, yeah, it looks like I, okay, I made that pretty easy to delete. But chicken automaton could be. Right, again, we'll put it on the object layer first, just to make it easier to not accidentally move the map. Temple? I think I have some, like, generic dungeon tiles that I can use to plop this in. And the unfortunate thing is I didn't really want it to be a different texture than this other stuff, but... Mm-hmm. 4900 by 350, so that's 5 by 5 long by... No. 5 wide by 7 long. Math is hard. 7 long, okay. Maybe that'll do. That almost looks close enough, right? What did I say? 7 long? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5. We'll just plop this, like, right here. I'm okay with that. That works okay. It's a little cramped, but that's fine. I do, maybe I have to make it bigger. Like, this is getting, like, it's 5 by 7, but the inside sure isn't, you know? So let's just blow it up a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. Now time to do some dynamic lighting surgery. Click. That's not what I wanted. All right, try that again. Also not what I wanted. There. Bow, bow. And we'll like just end it there. It'll be a big door. It'll be obvious. And this will be the only kind of like unspoiled room in this whole whole dungeon. Everything else kind of infected by, not infected, but taken over by the cult. So, click. Yeah, we will just go with the very lazy lighting. Wow. All right. I don't know what I'm looking for here exactly. Tokens. Okay, that's fine. I need a key. That's not what I was looking for. Wow, I don't have a key icon. This'll be fine. Go invisible? Get background? Yes. Oh! Made a mistake. Accidentally still on the lighting layer, oh no. Okay. Let's just move that on out of there. Object token layer. Blaze Gabar is not what I meant to copy. Thank you. This one's flush. It'll be a little easier to deal with, I think. Oh, but it's not invisible. What a bummer. Okay. Make it just real small. Just... That's a nice, that's an attractive chest. We'll go with that. Phrasing? Anyway. Let's just zoom way on in there, if this will let me. So yeah, just a tiny chest. Again, tiny storage apparatus. There we go! Alright. So there are the tokens. I believe I ought to have those. Yeah, like I said, those are the trinkets that I'll be using to, yeah, the one-time use bags of holding or whatever. Maybe we'll go with this. Maybe we'll go with this in here. Why is that so cattywampus? Is it? Maybe it's not. It's not. Okay. So how do players get to send secret messages to the DM in your campaign, or is everything that everyone does public? Yeah, there are a couple of ways. Most of my players will just send me Discord messages, so we use like external chat sources for that. Alternatively, you can do like, there's some stuff highlighted here that are useful for that, so you can like, I think GR? Oh no, wait. Roll the dice, but only shortcut is okay. Yeah. So like, if you want to whisper something to the GM, you can just do /W GM. Hello. I try to kill Eve. And there's your secret message. So yeah. Roll20 has like built-in whispering functionality with a shortcut for whispering the GM specifically. Yeah. I want this to be brighter, kinda, you know? Sure, I guess it's brighter when... Okay, hold on. There's, like, dynamic lighting in here, so let me just... let me get my torch, man. Absolutely, key team member of the dungeon building. Can put them in here to test where like the lighting goes, and yeah, okay, it lights this up fine. That's fine. Chest looks bright enough in the light. Let's still look for another one anyway. These are some intense crystals, very spiky. I want one of these with just the saturation just cranked, man. I want a very vibrant crystal. These are all darkly colored. That's okay. That's fine. This'll do. Wait, what's your stance on PK, evil aligned characters, or any of that sort of nature? I think it's fine in the right game. I think always, like, the drama of it won't be reduced if it's not a surprise. So always talk to your GM and talk to the other players and ask if it's okay, ask if it's the kind of thing you want to put up with and deal with in the campaign or in that specific instance. Be like, hey, I think this would be a really dramatic, cool scene. You know, I think, like, just going ham on a player or like solving disagreements with violence, that has only led to games becoming less fun over time for me. There was like one instance where it was cool because I got to set up a very cool dramatic moment with it, and every other time it's just been like, oh god, come on, not again. Not again. So basically, if it serves a narrative purpose, if there's a fun narrative reason for it, great. And great if you talk to your players. And I guess, you know, there's another part where, like, if you are setting up a campaign where PvP is encouraged, or, like, a facet is an important part, like, that's fine. It's fine if it's part of the initial buy-in. I don't have a problem with that. This guy is going to emit light. Doesn't have sight. All players see light. It's going to be pretty bright. 60 foot, yeah. Yep, there we go. Save changes. Bam. Emits light. We will center this a little bit. Bed. I think all the beds I have are like garbage beds. I think all the bed doodads are just literally torn apart, unmade. I want like pristine beds in here. They don't exist. I don't have any. Unfortunate. Simple bed made of wood. Not what I'm looking for. This is not everything, right? Yeah. Maybe if I do it on tokens, the internet at large will have something for me. Oh, yeah, these are pretty good. Some of them. What? Oh, that's just a bed frame, I see. Desert elf, dungeony. Okay. Lizard under the bed? Appropriate for dungeon? Not appropriate for this room so much. Maybe I'll do that. Hold on, let me see what it looks like. Oh, it's actually clear. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe? I don't know. If it was made of metal. Maybe I can... Yeah, maybe I can make it black. Yeah, your emotes work all across Twitch. That's that's why that's why I can throw like Simcopter emotes no matter what channel I'm in, which I do all the time. Yeah, when you subscribe to someone, you get to use their emotes wherever you want. It's the best part of emotes, man. That's a hard to read bed. For what I want. I really want a bed that looks extremely uncomfortable so I can have them lay down in it and then say, like, this is the most comfortable bed you've ever slept in. Your wounds feel immediately better, you feel immediately restful, and you can't help but fall asleep. That one's a... Like, maybe just that. Maybe just this doctor-ass bed. It looks bad. This bed looks so bad. I don't like it. So yellow. Hold on. Color surgery, shall we? Gray bed? Oh, not exactly the effect I wanted. Maybe, alright. Yellow is slightly closer to green, right? Let me see what happens if I just make it a... Oh, no, this isn't working great. I just don't want these yellow-ass beds. Okay, that'll work. That's fine. Hold on, let me... Oh no, the shadows are going different ways. I didn't think of that. Alright, very well. Let's just go back to the black bed frame. And I can describe it as being like you feel buoyed by like energy or something. Tint it black. That'll do. It's better than these freaking yellow things. Tilt. And then we'll move these, I think, over here. Like under the crystal, basically. Let's two-front this. Yeah. There will conveniently be 5 beds, as there are 5 party members. 5 beds of greater healing. I suppose I can even... Yeah, I can set them into the wall a little bit. Like, I can say that they're kind of, recessed. And let me find a door. Not that one. That's actually appropriate here. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be fine, I think. Hold on. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. Has sight. There we go. Oh, that's a little ugly, I guess. I need to borrow you. I need to make you a crystal brother for a moment. Yeah, that looks pretty ugly. It's just... That's better. That's acceptable to me. Yeah, I don't really... Yeah, again, I don't want this to be a... You roll well on a hidden check and you find a door situation. I want it to be like, what is this thing? You know? Yeah. Maybe I can, work some of that really terrible tint magic I was doing and, make this slightly more palatable. That's almost better. Oh, I kind of like the blue, actually. This is darker, right? Didn't mean to move the map. Relax, map, please. Yeah, yeah, this'll work. I can say it's like kind of bathed in the light of that crystal as well. So, this'll do. Okay. As I have said once or twice before, I think that's actually most of what I have to do. Yeah. Let's just mark this down. Oh, I forget what they're called. I'll just find the items later, but... Unused chest tokens. 1 key token turns into a chest when turned as if unlocking something. Okay. Alrighty then. I think we're good. I think we're alright. We got our giant weasel. Got our harpy. Got the giant frogs if I so feel like deploying them. Have Ben Griff and his +1 sort of scale cutting. I think we're pretty good. Yeah, and I'll probably be back next week with the next level of this. I don't imagine that my players are going to get through all... So, I don't think they'll get through the church and this and getting to this all in the next session. To be entirely frank, I think there's at least 3 more sessions left in this adventure. But, yeah. Pretty happy with all that. Pretty happy that the upstairs of the church turned from, like, completely empty to, like, full of, you know, pretty important stuff. Torture bench and mystery boy and such. All right, feels good. And that's conveniently when the music stopped, I guess. I was maybe gonna switch to playing some like TFT or some Warcraft 3 beta or something after that, but like I actually just spent 4 hours on D&D prep, so you know, guess I don't need the backup plan. I should go eat dinner is what I should do, and probably call it good there. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm happy with that. That was a good stream. That was fun. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Yeah, dinner at 2 a.m. Yep, that's gonna be what's happening here. My sleep schedule is really weird right now. I'm like off this week, and yeah. There's just it's fine. I'll leave it ambiguous. I'll backpedal that, and I'll say I'm just going to get food. Gonna get food. Gonna fill my mouth with something. Phrasing again. Yeah. I am planning on doing this kind of thing every week. I don't have, like, I don't know. I've been trying to get in a habit of, like, doing it at a prescribed time and place. But it'll probably end up happening on Tuesdays mostly. Maybe Sundays. With some other streams surrounding that. But I need to, like... I need to get into that habit before I make any promises, because it's really easy for me to go like, oh, well, I had to work 3 extra hours today for work for some reason. I don't really feel like it, you know. But, well, yeah, we'll see what happens. Sometime before my next session, I will be back prepping the next level of this dungeon. That is all I can say for now.